How did indie labels influence subculture movements? Imagine a world where music isn't just about charts and big corporations, but about raw energy, personal stories, and pushing boundaries. That's what independent record labels brought to the scene. These labels have shaped entire subcultures by giving voice to artists who didn't fit into mainstream molds. They focused on local and underground talent, creating safe spaces for musicians to experiment and grow without the pressure to conform. Early labels like Chess Records and Sun Records supported blues, rhythm and blues, and early rock and roll artists who were often ignored by larger companies. These labels nurtured icons like Muddy Waters, Elvis Presley, and Johnny Cash, who became symbols of cultural change. Independent labels also played a vital role in supporting marginalized communities. They provided platforms for African American musicians during times when mainstream outlets often excluded them. Genres like blues, jazz, and early rock gained wider recognition thanks to these labels, helping to weave diverse cultural expressions into the fabric of society. They didn't just record music. They helped shape cultural identities rooted in resistance and self-expression. Innovation was another key area where indie labels made a big difference. Sun and Chess Records introduced new recording effects like slapback echo, which influenced the sound of rock and alternative music. Their willingness to try new things led to the development of genres like punk, emo, and screamo. These genres are known for their emotional intensity and underground roots, partly thanks to the experimental spirit of indie labels. The ethos of independence and DIY culture was central to their influence. Indie labels often operated with a focus on artistic freedom and close relationships with artists. This approach resonated with subculture movements that valued authenticity and community over commercial success. Labels like Sub Pop and Warp Records started small but grew into influential forces by sticking to these core values. They helped define the sound and spirit of alternative rock and related genres. Indie labels also shaped cultural movements beyond music. They influenced fashion, visual art, and lifestyle choices tied to alternative scenes. Factory Records, for example, impacted design and underground movements, showing how indie labels could influence entire cultural worlds. With the rise of the internet and social media, indie labels and artists gained access to global audiences without the need for major label support. This democratization allowed subculture movements to spread quickly and evolve naturally. Fans and musicians connected directly through online platforms, keeping the spirit of independence alive and vibrant. In practical terms, indie labels have kept alternative music scenes alive by providing platforms for new bands that embody the emotional and underground spirit of genres like emo and screamo. They support grassroots promotion, local shows, and independent record stores, fostering a sense of community. They also give artists control over their music, which is essential for maintaining authenticity in these movements. Overall, independent labels have been essential in nurturing the creative freedom and cultural identity that define subcultures in alternative music. From the earliest blues and rock roots to today's emo and screamo scenes, their influence continues to shape how these movements grow, connect, and express themselves.